Okay, Deborah, I just wanted you to introduce yourself and tell me what you do here at the Civic Center.
Okay, so my name is Deborah Kastner. I'm the director of Laramie Children's Musical Theater Workshop, which goes by Studio 253 because that's a lot easier to remember.
And that's the number you're in, is that right?
It is, up on the second floor. And I teach music and theater classes for kids ages 6 to 18, and also private lessons in voice and acting, and sometimes guitar and ukulele, depending on my mood.
Okay. I wanted to ask you to tell me a little bit about your background. I know you were also doing similar work over at the public library before you came here.
I worked, when I first moved to Laramie, I worked at the children's department in the public library, and I wrote songs there. I led story times and book babies, toddler programs, and other children's programs, lots of the summer reading things that we did that brought in, there was space one year and all kinds of different eclectic things.
And then you've been here how long?
Almost 5 years. Yeah, so every year, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. A little more expensive, yeah, it's good.
And you mentioned you write songs, so you're writing a lot of this as your own material, original shows, right?
Yeah, actually, every spring since we started, I write an original musical. And one year it was all about Greek mythology, one year it was sort of a film noir genre about the Chicago 1933 World's Fair. This last year it was about fake news. And so I do that because you never know who you're going to get in Laramie. It's a fairly small market so far. There's not really that foundation of theater like you might find in LA. And so I wait and sort of see who's coming around, and then I write something that will be appropriate so they can perform it, and then I have enough roles for the students that I'm actually working with.
Okay. Tell me the ages of people you work with.
For the most part, 6 to 18. I used to do a toddler program, but there are several other people in town doing that now, so I sort of moved up to the older kids who can do a little more hands-on, taking in the information and really developing some technique.
But many of them are newcomers, I assume.
Yeah, in fact, the last show we did, we had about 50-50. We have a lot of repeat offenders that just come back and back and back. And then this year we had about half of that cast was brand spanking new. So there's so much transiency in Laramie that there's constantly a turnover. And with the new high school program, we've actually lost a lot of our best, most cultivated children to the high school, but that's a great thing for them and for the high school. So I send them my blessings.
So, and how do people see the shows? I mean, how do you get tickets and things like that?
Oh, normally we do it at the Griffin Theater. So it's just buying tickets. Sometimes it's at the door, sometimes it's through their box office. But most of our shows are at the Griffin, or else they call us. And yeah, but as a rule, it's at the door. It's pretty low key.
And you do 3 seasons, is that right?
No, it kind of varies. Usually what happens is in the fall, we'll do a regular straight play. We'll do the comedy improv classes. We have a Shakespeare class that's been running for about 4 years now. And then I'll throw something in, like one year it was puppetry, one year it was song and dance, whatever. In the spring, we do the big musical, and we'll do a Shakespeare show. This spring, we're also doing a playwriters, actors show, because we're not doing a show this fall. And then we just started in the summer a musical theater camp. So, summer in Laramie, people leave town. It's hard to get somebody for a committed rehearsal period. So this year we did music videos, and that went really well. So that's probably the model that we'll keep up.
Wow.
So it's, yeah.
So there's a lot of variety of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And how do the kids take to the Shakespeare?
You got to come. We're doing Julius Caesar in the spring, and the group changes, but we've got a core group of kids that have been doing this for now like 4 years, and they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing, and they love it. And so we've done scene work in the past. I said this is the first time we're actually doing a show, but the Shakespeare crew is killer. You should see them. They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing, yeah.
So it leads me to talk about a little bit about the casting. How do you cast your shows?
It depends. When we do the musical, I said I write the show sort of knowing who's out there and who's going to participate, but then I always get their input. So we'll do a couple of rehearsals where we're singing and we're doing improv, and then we'll read the script and I'll say, okay, here are the parts. What do you want? Do you want a big part, middle part, small? How are you feeling? What are you attracted to? What do you definitely not want? Mm-hmm. And then I just kind of work with that and what I think will fit each kid best. And like I said, I've sort of written the show knowing, oh, that person's coming back, or oh, that person's new, and sort of mold the characters that way. So I have a sense when I go in, but I take their feedback too. When it comes to the Shakespeare, we usually work as a group to pick the scenes, and then they sort of say first, second, third, fourth choice of what they want to play, and we work it out. Caesar's going to be different because the parts are the parts, and we'll see. In the fall, we're actually going to read the play and talk about it and really get an understanding for what it's all about. And then come casting time, we may do a who do you think should play, blah, 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 and then we'll sort of throw it all in the mix and talk about it and make some decisions that way. It's pretty egalitarian. I don't, I'll be the tiebreaker if I have to be, but I kind of like to get their input to see what they want to play, what they think they can play, what the challenge is, or if they want to chill and just lay back and, you know, be spirit carrier number 7, that's okay too. Because you need that.
Right. So do people get involved in the other disciplines of, you know, the art direction and the costumes and things like that, the children?
Depends on the show or the project. Like this summer, with the music videos, we were able to have them make some of their costumes, like we did a Moana thing, and they worked on their hula skirts, and they made makeup designs for themselves. Usually with the shows, the costumes, I work with an assistant usually that comes from the university, but we have people backstage, and there was something else. And we have a volunteer day where parents and the actors and their friends come and they help build the sets and the props. So they're not designing so much, but they are actually helping to construct what we put together. Yeah.
Okay. So the last question I want to ask is how can people reach you or get a hold of you?
Well, we have a website, which is a very long name. Can I say it?
Sure.
Okay, so it's www.Laramie Children's Musical Theater .weebly.com.
Okay.
That's the website. My Gmail is deborah.lcmtw@gmail, and they can also call me 307-920-1190, or they can slide something under my door, Studio 253 upstairs at the Civic Center.
Okay. All right, Deborah, thank you very much for doing this interview and being
Yeah,
with us.
thanks so much.